Good morning, everyone. And at this outset, my special thanks to Mr. Amit Jha from Nirali Prakashan for inviting me to this virtual conference today on this lovely Sunday. I welcome Professor Silendra Srafji, the Vice President of Pharmacy Council of India, my teacher, my guide, Dr. Rupeshan Kharji, Professor Ranjit Singh Ji, Dr. Gupta, all academicians, all regulators, all professionals, all pharmacists, and all prize winners to this conference. The theme of the conference, that is Pharma Vision 2025, and the theme of the World Pharmacist Day, that is Transforming Global Health. This is the right theme as on this day of or the era of pandemic. And since I am working in regulations, my journey from pharma industry, then to teaching, then to drugs control department was a tough journey but challengeable journey. And I can share here that during this pandemic time when the entire world is suffering from this COVID, there is a lot of issues related to production of drugs, availability of quality medicines, availability of life-saving drugs, availability of essential drugs, and being a regulator since March 2020. Continuously, all drugs control department are working very hard, day and night, in association with Government of India, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Office of CDSCO, coordination with State Drugs Control Department, seeing that there should not be any shortage of any medicine in the country. And my thanks to all pharmacists working in pharma industry, all pharmacists working in quality control department, in quality assurance department, in research and development sections, in hospital pharmacy, in community pharmacy, in clinical pharmacy, even in teaching. Everybody has cooperated in this pandemic, stating that there should not be any shortage of any drug in the country. Initially, when this pandemic was announced, we remember there was the acute shortage of HCQS medicines, hydroxychloroquine. And when this information came on the media by WHO and by ICMR, stating that SCQS tablet can be used for the prophylactic treatment of COVID, people started taking SCQS of their own. Everybody was worried कि कहीं हमको COVID ना हो जाए. And as the day came, there was acute shortage of SCQS tablet in the country, and immediately Department of Pharmaceuticals, along with Department of NPPA and Ministry of Health, took a decision. Let us convert this SCQS tablet from the category of Schedule H to the Schedule H1. Notification came that SCQS is now Schedule H1 medicine, not Schedule H. And Schedule H1 medicine means anybody who is selling Schedule H1 drug, any pharmacy, they have to maintain proper record of selling of that particular drug by maintaining a proper register, showing the name and the address of the patient, name and address of the prescriber, quantity sold, quantity in hand, and that can be checked by any of the officer at any time. USA, the president of USA, Mr. Trump, he requested India that we need huge quantity of SCQS tablet because the COVID cases were on rise in the USA and in the entire world. Thanks to our Modi ji, thanks to our government, our country exported huge quantity of SCQS tablet, but to the USA, but seeing the condition that in India there should not be any shortage. So all the state drug control department, all the pharma industry were taken into task. The production of SCQS tablets should be at the highest level. First, our country need to be satisfied, and then if we are having the surplus amount of SCQS tablet, that is to be sent to the other countries. So this is how system started. Issuer of masks, sanitizers, and particularly the injections like remdesivir, tocilizumab, tablet fluvenapir. Now I share here an information and which is responsibility of each and every one of us. When the people started, our hospital and doctors started prescribing this remdesivir injection or tocilizumab injection to the patient, black marketing started. One injection of remdesivir costing 5,400 rupees or even 4,600 rupees was being sold at the rate of 35,000 to 80,000 per injection. Big challenge to drug control department, big challenge to regulatory departments and authorities, how to stop this marketing, black marketing. But we were confident enough. We tried our level best, and as on date now, there is no black marketing of this all these injections. And 6 companies like Cipla, like this Dr. Reddy, like Hetero, like Zydus Cadila, and Glenmark, all they have now come up with the remdesivir injection in the country, and there is no shortage. But this remdesivir or tocilizumab injections, basically they are used in the treatment of increasing the immunity, rheumatoid arthritis. But on the safer side, doctor was prescribing these injections to the community, to the affected persons, to the patient, so that their immunity can be raised. Why I'm sharing these examples is that as a pharmacist, as a regulator, as an academician, as a professional, we have to see that such unethical practices, particularly when the pandemic is there in the country, we have to stop these activities. We have to see at each and every angle that there should not be any black marketing or some unethical practices of these life-saving drugs. Here I share another example. Nowadays, we are getting a lot of complaints about the availability of oxygen. Medical oxygen again is being sold at the higher prices. And medical oxygen, which is covered under the definition of drug, patients suffering from COVID having not availability of oxygen, particularly in the respiratory issues, they're not getting oxygens. And again, once we stop black marketing of remdesivir and related medicine, now black marketing of oxygen. One by one, starting from SCQS, then from life-saving drugs, then from medical oxygen. Again, challenges are coming and coming and coming. Sir, black marketing is going on. So we have to understand this. If we are running a pharmacy, if we are running a wholesale business, we are doing any oxygen supply business, everything should be as per the ethical guidelines. Professor Shroff has told, India is the pharmacy of the world. Yes, this was the statement given by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Modi ji. On one side, total production of our drugs and pharmaceutical, whatever we are producing in the country, 60 to 65% of the formulations are being exported to the entire world. Now, on one side, we are exporting our formulation to the entire world. This is a good sign that Indian pharmaceutical industry is growing. And reason being for the acceptance of our medicines all over the world is the quality of the products. We are producing the quality medicines at the affordable prices so that it is being accepted all over the world, and India is on the top. India is pharmacy of the world. But Shroff was referring the Professor Katroj committee report. Yes, we were totally dependent on China for the import of active pharmaceutical ingredients, APIs. And during this COVID time and during this China issue, we were not able to get the sufficient quantity of APIs from the other countries. So on one side, we are exporting the medicines to the world. On the other side, we are not able to get the APIs or bulk drugs from the other countries because we were dependent on that. So I fully agree with the our Prime Minister Modi ji. He said, "Vocal for local. Let us become self-dependent." And it was a message to the API industries, particularly located in Andhra Pradesh and other states, which is hub of the API, that everybody started working very hard to have own production of APIs, sufficient production of bulk drugs with a message: we should not be dependent on the other countries. And once our bulk drug industry is strong, once our API industry is strong, once our medical device industry is strong, once our formulation industry is strong, ample opportunities for pharmacy graduates for getting the job. So once it is on the rise, and we have to make our system very strong. So whether in the production department or in the quality control department or in the quality assurance department or in the research and development units, people are getting jobs. So future is very good for pharma profession. Coming 5 years, this pharma industry will be strong enough. Government of India has announced pharma zones and pharma parks in different zonal offices in the zonal states in the country. So one of the pharma hub is coming in Haryana, other is pharma park is coming in the Gujarat, other is planning in the Maharashtra. So these pharma zones and pharma parks where all small scale pharmaceutical units will be allowed to set up their units. So definitely opportunity will be best. I say pharmacists are the COVID warriors. Pharmacists are playing very important role, very vital role in this pandemic, in coordination with the hospitals, with the physicians, and with everybody. Three P's: physicians, patient, and in between pharmacist. These three P's are very important, but I tell you the middle P, that is the pharmacist. It is a carbon-carbon double bond between the physician and the patient. Very strong bond. This is how the pharmacists are playing a very important role. Challenges. We have got different challenges. We have to see lifestyle disease should not be on the rise. We have seen the cases of depression. We have seen the cases of psychiatric illness during this COVID time. People are suffering from so many body ailments. Reason being, immunity level is down. And if during this pandemic or in the time to come, till this pandemic is over, because normally if you see the past data, any pandemic which is in the world, it takes minimum 1 to 2 years, whether it is swine flu or Asian flu or chicken pox or HIV or AIDS. Duration of any pandemic is minimum from 1 to 2 years. So my submission is, during this pandemic time, big challenge is there should not be any increase in lifestyle disease. There should not be any increase in depressions. There should not be any increase in antimicrobial resistance. We have to avoid self-medications, issue of disposal of expired drugs, and rightly, there should be more webinars where the academic and industry interaction should be there now. Let all the academic institutes should be attached or should be having the direct link with the pharmaceutical industry. There should be an interaction between the pharmaceutical teaching and academic institute with the drug testing laboratories. Student must know how the medicines are being tested. Student must know how the medicines are being manufactured. And this is the right time of COVID and pandemic. We can use these facilities of webinars, virtual conference, where maximum participation can help the budding pharmacist. Maximum participation can help each and every professional. And the advantage I can see, हर बुराई के पीछे एक भलाई है. This COVID time has given a message. It is a time saving, it is a money saving, and once we hold these virtual seminars or virtual conferences, maximum participation is there and output is very good. So my submission and my request to all organizers, particularly the Nirali Prakashan, that try to arrange some kind, webinars where the academic institutes, particularly the students and the faculties, under their quality improvement programs or other relevant programs, can be associated directly with the pharmaceutical industry, directly with the drugs control department, directly with the drug testing laboratory, so that students can know how the various scientific instruments like HPLC, GLC, chromatographic, they are being used for the testing of drugs, and what the data says in respect of quality. How many samples are passed, how many samples are failed, everything is to be taken care. So with these remarks, I will not take much time. I can simply conclude with the positive attitude, with the dedication, with the coordination of each and everybody, we can achieve the target. And the theme of this, virtual conference, Pharma Vision 2025, is not impossible. We can do it, and definitely we can achieve it. So with these remarks, thanks to everyone, and special thanks to Nirali Prakashan and Shri Balaji Book Distributor for hosting this virtual conference. And my wish is that everybody should stay safe, take care, and namaste to all.